Hello there today, viewers. From the Stuart Peterson Advisory Team, here's your Dairy Week in Review, recapping the week of May 18th, 2012. Well, as always, we'll start by taking a look at our key dairy components and how they did on the week. So first, looking at our cash cheese markets, we didn't see a whole lot of activity this week. It was pretty quiet. Looked like cheese was pretty comfortable in this region. Between both the blocks and barrels, only 2 carloads shook loose this week. But we'll start with looking at the block market, unchanged at 150 even, so no change there, held steady. Barrel markets were up a penny, finishing at 146. Also looking at butter, did creep a little bit higher here this week, up 3.5 after reaching new lows for the year, so finishing just above 135. And the powder markets were hit here a little bit this week. June whey finishing just above that 50-cent mark, but was down over a penny this week. And June non-fat dry milk had some pressure there as well, almost down a quarter. Also taking a look at our class 3 milk prices for the week, and as you can see, some very strong gains across the board. A lot of green on the screen this week. Only exception here was our front month contract May. As it comes to expiration, it was pressured a little bit lower, down 9 cents for the week, finishing at 15.17. So with only a few weeks left of trading there, we'll see if that contract does finish above that key $15 mark. Looking ahead here to the second month contract, June was up 50 cents, led the pack this week, up to almost 15.40. But as you can see, widespread gains really across the board there, July through December, following June as well, up anywhere from 37 to 11 cents in December. Taking a closer look at the cheese market, we'll flip over the charts and look at a monthly block barrel average cheese chart. And once again, each one of these candlesticks does represent a month's worth of trade. So we'll go back a little bit further this time. We'll go back all the way to August of last year. You can see the big red candlestick there. That's when the sell-off really began. And since then, you can see going to November of last year as well, we did have a pretty good retracement, getting back above $2 cheese, but gave that all back away and then moved lower since then. You can see really this rounding bottom we've had here over the past few months, and good to see that really this downward pressure has really slowed down and lost momentum here for the time being. So keep an eye on the recent lows here, just below 145 from last month. So keep an eye on that. And really, if we could form this rounding bottom even more and start drifting higher and potentially get above that 150 level, as you can see where we're at right now at 148. This afternoon, USDA released the latest milk production report for the month of April. So we're going to check in on that report and see how the numbers came in. And we'll first look at milk production, also checking on the herd size and milk per cow as we enter the early summer months. We'll compare it to the previous month, the month of March, also the previous year, the more important number there. And we'll start with milk production. Once again, we did see a seasonal dip there, down 2.8%. Take a look at that on the charts in just a second. Also compared to the previous year, still showing strong growth. Not quite as strong as the previous months here, but up 3.2%. Milk cows still growing here, up 5,000 head for the herd compared to the previous month. And compared to last year, up 90,000 head, so still growth there. Milk per cow did take a seasonal dip there, down 55 pounds. Compared to the previous year, actually up 40 pounds there. Flipping back over the charts, we'll take another peek at that April milk production report. As you can see, where we've been trending here so far this year, also comparing to the previous 2 years. So on the charts here, for your reference, the green line does represent our 2012 milk production numbers so far this year. The red line does represent last year, our 2011 numbers. And going back 2 years, our blue line does represent 2010. So on the charts here, you can see so far we've been way ahead of schedule, way ahead of last year's pace for January, February, March, and April, the latest numbers here. But we did have that seasonal dip, as you can see, down 2.8% compared to the previous month there. And overall, once again, that is a very seasonal move, but the more important number, that 3.2%, we did have higher from last year's number. So we'll keep an eye on that and just see how this rate of growth changes as we move into the early summer months. And finally, looking at to next week, a few things to keep on your radar. The first one being posed with the question here, has milk reached a short-term bottom? A very good question there. And on the charts, it certainly looks like it has, but a better question to ask is, can this recent run-up, can this recent rally really be sustained given the underlying bearish fundamentals? Also looking at key reports out next week, the May cold storage report coming out Tuesday, May 22nd. It's more of the demand side of the equation there. Keep an eye out for that. Also on Thursday, the Oceania market update. Once again, Thursday, May 24th. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.